Okay, so Wellness Wednesdays. Today I want to talk to you about habit formation, specifically one aspect of building habits that I find helpful, which is localizing them. So, this is something that I deal with in my Living by Divine Guidance, Co-Creating Your Morning Ritual for Self-Healing course. It's a course on building your own morning routine and daily practices that keep you connected and inspired and aligned with your purpose. So, in that course, I talk about the importance of finding a spot for your morning routine, a place that you will return to every day that you link with a series of activities, hence ritualizing it. You're turning a routine into a ritual. So many of us are just not motivated by willpower and discipline alone. And I have found that adding something pleasurable to an experience, something that I enjoy, something that comes easily to me, when I pair it up with an activity that I want to implement, a new habit, which can be something that's actually enjoyable, but it just is not part of my usual repertoire, it doesn't come easily. That's what I think of when I think of habit stacking. So you're stacking one habit on top of the other. Now, what happens when you do this is you're introducing an idea of automation into the routine. It becomes something that is habitual. When something is a habit, there's an element that it's unconscious. It's not something that you have to, check a schedule and refer to a specific time. So last night, as I was getting to bed, I looked into my medicine cabinet and I noticed that my skincare was really neatly lined up with my contact case and my contact lens solution, and everything was exactly the same place that it always is. And I remembered that a couple of months ago, I had created that structure in the medicine cabinet with the intention of, engaging in the certain bedtime rituals with ease. And what I've realized is that having made a place for those things has made it really automatic for me to do certain things that used to take kind of a reminder or self-discipline to do. So, now when I open the cabinet, let's say I'm going to brush my teeth, I see my skincare stuff right there. I think, well, it's right there. It's literally on the way to my toothbrush. Oh, my contact lens case is right next to it. I might as well do all these things. Whereas I used to have trouble with just, taking out my lenses at night, or I'd forget to brush my teeth sometimes. So what I thought and what I realized is that this logic of finding a place for everything, making sure everything has a place, is very much connected to habit formation. Everything having a place is something that I learned by doing the KonMari method. If you must know Marie Kondo, the decluttering queen, I guess. And I did her whole decluttering process over a year or two. It takes a while to do it thoroughly, but I was very serious about doing it because I needed the help and I needed the structure. And I follow her structure to the letter. I mean, I fold every pair of underwear according to her guidelines. And people find that I'm strict, but it's because they don't know how I used to be. They don't know how hard it was for me to keep an order and structure and keep myself putting things away after using them. Those were things that were really hard for me to maintain. And by everything having a place in the way that she teaches, those things became automatic. Like, I just thought, if I'm going to put down my toothbrush, I'm always going to put it on this little rock holder that I have. I don't think about it. Where else would I put it? So it takes the thinking out of the equation. It doesn't require willpower. It becomes an automatism. And what I found so interesting is how we can link this to habit formation. It's not only about, putting something away in terms of objects. It's these habits that you want to implement into your life, these routines that you're trying to structure your day with. Can you localize them and give them a place as well? So, like I started off by saying, the morning ritual, I have a place that I do my morning ritual every day. It has some little accessories that I associate with it. So I have a little fluffy blanket, and if the fluffy blanket is not there, it feels like something is missing. I don't know why, but these things help me return to the ritual every day. I also now associate having my morning cup of decaf coffee with doing my morning pages and dream analysis, which is the expression component of my course. So that is something that is fused together for all the time. As soon as I have my coffee, I think I need to be getting to my morning ritual spot. I need to take out my notebook. I need to start the expression component of my morning routine. So we can do this with all kinds of habits. Like if you know that every time you do a workout at home, you're going to do it in the same place, it's going to take a lot of the guesswork out of planning that. If you already have to kind of get dressed, carve out the time, get your shoes on, find out the routine, take a shower after, make sure you have enough food in your belly, but not too much. If you're already making all of these calculations to do your routine, then you don't want to also be thinking about where to do it. So if you're trying to implement a new habit, let's say it's reading more. I had 2 people actually this weekend mention to me about trying to implement some new habits. Let's say you're trying to read more and you're trying to implement that into your daily schedule. Figure out where you're going to read. Find a place, make it appealing, do something to make it inviting and something that's easy to return to, so you don't have to move something out of the way or clear away a stack of magazines to get there. Make it accessible and find out something you can link with it that you already do. So let's say, you want to read before bed. Well, let's say you put on your pajamas and that's something you do automatically. Say to yourself, okay, I put on my pajamas, I go to my reading nook. There, I've fused something I already do with something I want to implement. Another example would be you want to be someone that takes a bath before bed because it's relaxing. So you start to associate, okay, when I get into bed, normally let's say you watch TV or you look at your phone. How can you create an association between something you do and something you want to implement? Well, one example would be instead of putting on your face care right before you go to bed, face care, skincare, instead of washing your face and putting on your skincare before going to bed, why don't you do it while you're in the bath? So why don't you wash your face, have all your pores open up, and then put on your face cream right at the end of the bath, and that's before you get into bed. These are just these little things, these little modifications you can make that will allow you to add something in to your daily structure and build habits kind of effortlessly. It's like a Pavlov's dog. If a dog can make an association between an activity and a reward, so can you. You just need to make that conscious choice for yourself, and it's actually pretty fun and amusing. So think of something you want to implement, find a place for it, and find a time for it, and figure out what it is that you usually do at that time, and how can you link this old regular habitual habit with something new that you're looking to implement, and implement away. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe. As always, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and you can book a tarot reading with me, a North Node consult, or do one-on-one self-healing consults with me on my website, tourdesoul.org, and I'll see you tomorrow.